Well, if it isn't the consequences of their own actions. Anyone who's been following higher education for really any amount of time would know that we have more women applying to get into college than men. And that has been the case for many years. That's why some people, particularly on the right, have been saying things like schools aren't made for boys or schools aren't masculine enough, which is, of course, nonsense. Boys' underperformance in schools can potentially lead to an imbalance on college campuses. If, for example, admissions were based solely on test scores and GPA, which they're not, and for good reason they're not, but if they were based solely on those two measures, there would not be as many boys getting into college as there are girls. Boys have lower SAT scores, ACT scores, and GPAs than girls in high school. If we were going to admit students solely based on those scores, then college campuses could be as skewed as 65% women and 35% men. These data are not accounting for non-binary folks. In order to avoid that severe gender imbalance, many colleges and universities preferentially admit boys over girls. What you see here is just a few different universities, and based on the number of students who apply and the number of students who are admitted, you see that across all of these institutions, male applicants have a better chance of getting in. A higher percentage of them are admitted than of female applicants. Essentially, it's harder to get into college if you're a girl than if you're a boy. And here's the rest of the data. Historically, colleges and universities have been allowed to take gender into consideration for admissions because of the imbalance that existed when Title IX was put in place, with far fewer female than male students. Now that the pendulum has swung the other way, this same law allows colleges and universities to adjust their admissions criteria so that they are still able to maintain gender balance in their classes. The current federal administration, though, has stated very clearly that they don't want organizations, including colleges and universities, to use characteristics such as sex and race in decisions about hiring or admissions. If colleges and universities adhere to that, the group that will be most affected is men, and the majority of men who apply to college are white. I guess the chickens have come home to roost.